Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk some news and some things that's kind of just happening right now in our entertainment industry. And what I'm talking about is PlayStation Network being down. It's been almost a whole 24 hours and this is the first time since 2011. Is this the sequel to the infamous PlayStation hack?
Hello everyone, my name is Jeff and welcome back to my channel, JOHNDOEJUGGALO. If this is your first time here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Like my daughter says, it's free and you can always change your mind later. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. This is where you're going to find me discussing my favorite things about movies and music, video games, and the physical medias that surround all of those types of mediums. So please sit back and relax and check out this next video.
So I have decided to change the background up just a little bit. I've decided to bring you guys over to my PlayStation corner. This is where I keep all of my physical PlayStation 5 games. And my PlayStation 4 games still kind of continue over here from the other end of the wall. What are we talking about here today, per se? The importance of physical video games, your physical media. PlayStation Network has been down for almost 24 hours. Sony hasn't given us any information as to what's going on about it. Just that they are going through maintenance that was, one, not scheduled, and two, unprecedented. There's so much going on this weekend with online multiplayer and you can't access any of it because of something wrong with their servers. We have a Call of Duty XP bonus this weekend. We have the Monster Hunter Wilds beta going on this weekend that so many of my friends have been so excited about. That's not even the major thing. People that have bought their digital games that have them downloaded to their PlayStation cannot access them. It's not letting them play their game. That's why I want to talk about the importance of still having your games on discs. For so many people that think that gamers don't like to buy their games on disc, you're completely wrong. What you see behind me is just a tad bit over 100 PS5 games. And these PS4 games here, these are PS4 games that give you native PlayStation 5 versions of the game. There is still a need to have a physical disc. Now, to be fair, these PS4 games do not act like PS5 discs if you don't have the internet. So I want to get that right out of the way real quick before anybody tries to get off on me in the comments about, hey, you know, your problem isn't fixed by upgrading your PS4 game. But guess what? These discs still play in my PlayStation 5. What I am finding out, though, is I literally had a friend on Instagram on their lunch break yesterday at work buy a PlayStation 5 Slim. They cannot sign into it. They cannot get it set up. Once they got home from work, they got home and they've been trying to log into their new PS5 and they can't. They thought it was just an issue that they were having, but the whole network's down. I'm also hearing that if you have a PlayStation 5 Slim Digital Edition or a PlayStation 5 Pro Professional, yeah, they don't have disk drives. And if you think, hey, well, you know, my digital games don't work, with the network down, I'll just take the disk drive off of another PlayStation that I might have around, or, well, I guess it's time for me to go ahead and pop that disk drive on the side of my console. Well, that won't work either, because you cannot register the disk drive to your console without the network being up and operational. So the main workaround would be to, one, already have a console that has been online and registered, or two, have a launch modeled PlayStation 5 disk drive console. The other obvious answers in the room would be play on a Nintendo or play on an Xbox. Because I've had plenty of Xbox friends say, I'm still playing Monster Hunter. I'm still playing Call of Duty. I'm not one to say that one is better than the other. I like my PlayStation 5 better than my Xbox Series X because I really enjoy the new controller that they added to the PlayStation 5 console. Beyond that, they're both about the exact same type of box. Now, what's nice is a lot of my Xbox games are coming to the PlayStation 5. Very awesome. That gives me like a one box to play a lot of my favorite big games. But I can't play them if I cannot access them, right? So maybe we don't cancel Xbox out so quickly. Maybe we still go try to find ourselves a decently priced Xbox One X or an Xbox Series X. They both have good disk drives that play 4K discs. And your One X, when you have internet, can stream a lot of your Series X games to it, if you have good enough internet. So maybe it's not a bad idea to still have an Xbox sitting around. Because the last time that Sony's PlayStation Network went down, we were out for 25 days. And I'm definitely having some major PTSD of that. The big game that launched on the PlayStation 3 when the network went down was Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 9, to be more precise. It was a big release for me. They were relaunching the Mortal Kombat series into the series that it currently is now. And I couldn't access multiplayer. I couldn't play anything online. I couldn't update my game. Luckily, I had already bought the game and downloaded all my day one extra content and whatever, and had access to my Kratos skin or character that was exclusive to the PlayStation 3. But all my Xbox friends were able to play Mortal Kombat online and build up their leaderboards and do all that. It was devastating to me as a gamer. And that was almost 14 years ago. We really should tiptoe our way into digital. If you have these discs, you pull them off your shelf, you put them in your console, and they play. This whole time the network's been down, me and my kids have all been rotating through Astrobot. Because I bought it on a disc. And I can play it. It's all single player. But it works. And it's playable for anyone that is already on my console. Anyone that has an account. They can log right in and just play the game. There's so many reasons to still keep your physical media. This incident is just one. What about when they actually delist the game and take your option away from you to play it? I'm one of the only people I know that still has PT installed on a PlayStation 4 console. Because they completely took it away from us. I still have the Matrix experience on my PlayStation 5 that if you don't have it already, you can't go download it. No, it wasn't a full game, but it was a very cool experience, and it really showed off what Next Generation was all about. And that's something that I get to have on my console that I can show off to my friends, that they can't go home and they can't play it because they can't download it. But who's to say that Sony doesn't send an update to that game as soon as I try to launch it, where it sends an update and then it locks me out of the game? I wasn't able to bring PT over to my PlayStation 5. That's why it's still stuck on a PlayStation 4 Pro console, because it's unplayable on my PlayStation 5 console. What's not are the discs. I can pull any one of these hundreds of discs, because there's a whole bunch of PS4 games over here too off camera that all just work in my PlayStation 5. The importance of physical media is ever so prevalent in 2025. Please don't give in to the convenience of digital. Go buy your games. Go buy your movies. Enjoy these things that we can touch. Enjoy these things that they can't take away from us. Know that what you bought is yours. And don't let them shut us down. This was a very different type of video for me. It was very impromptu. I noticed that the network went down last night at about 7 o'clock. I'm recording this on Saturday morning. Like I said, it's been close to 19 hours now that the servers have been down. I was actually cloud streaming Medieval 2 on my dad's PlayStation over at my parents' house. And it was working. I was like, wow, this is the best that cloud streaming has ever worked before. And then all of a sudden, they were doing maintenance repair, and it wasn't working. I just thought it was PlayStation Plus not working the way that it should, because that's pretty prevalent. You know, something else too that nobody's really speaking too highly on. When the PlayStation Network went down in 2011, we didn't have to pay to play online. Our PlayStation Plus memberships gave us free games and free themes and extra stuff. We're paying a mandatory minimum of $79.99 pre-tax to have access to these servers. They increased the price 25%. Or no, I'm sorry. They increased the price 33% just about 16 or 18 months ago. And maybe we have a hack? We don't know, because Sony's not really speaking on it. I would highly suggest you do what I do and not keep a credit card tied to your PlayStation account. I just use PSN cards. I take cash, I take my debit card, I go to the store, I buy my POSA cards, I add them to my account, and I spend within that budget. Because guess what? If there's a hack, no one has access to my bank account. And no one can take my games. I want to thank everybody for popping in here today, checking this one out. It's, like I said, it's a little bit different, but I had to talk about this. I'm a big PlayStation guy, and I just remember how devastated I was when this happened to me almost 14 years ago. And here we are in a more dependent digital age that this is happening. And I really hope that this is opening the eyes of some people that have decided They don't want the clutter of a disc. Maybe the disc being a little cluttery is not so bad when you know that you won't lose access to it. I'd like to take a moment to thank my members today. I'm going to flash their name up. I do appreciate the membership, and I am going to do some exclusive content for you guys real soon. I really appreciate you just being here and checking this out. And hitting the like button. Maybe share this out with your friends. And like always, keep it physical.